and welcome to This is Private Practice. We're back for a Monday. It is the 1st of October, Monday, the 1st of October. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere who are watching me, enjoy your Sunday evening. We're just about to switch over to a new month. You know what that means for me as somebody who lives in Australia, who coaches people from all over the world, is that my month is about to get terribly, horribly complicated. Why is that? Because we're all about to do the great time change. Now, I've been coaching people who live in the US and England and Europe for a few years, and it doesn't matter how prepared we are for this. It always takes us by surprise, and it's always a bit of a shock. So I just, word of encouragement for anybody who's working with me or has signed up for a consult with me or has booked in for a power coaching session with me, you really need to check your calendar, because we're going to see some changes happening and you're going to go, but I thought it was at 6 p.m., not 5 a.m., or not that it's going to happen like that. And I'm a little unsure what's happening. I think my clock is about to go forward by an hour, and some of you are going to go backwards by an hour, and then it all gets really confusing. So there's this thing on the internet called Time Zone Converter, and it becomes our best friend. What's going to be hilarious for me is that next weekend that we're coming up to is the weekend that the time zones change in the state that I'm in, but I'm actually going to be interstate where the time zones don't change, or the daylight saving doesn't happen in Queensland. So I'm going to be really messed up for most of this month. Hello, Carol Rose, who is supposed to be sound asleep, preparing for our coaching call tomorrow. It's actually been a bit of a funny day for me today. As you know, I've been talking about it being a public holiday, and I've been quite lonely. I was incredibly appreciative of the lack of emails that were in my inbox today. That it was delicious. And no phone calls today. That was also delicious, but it meant that there were also no excuses for getting the things done today. So it was nice to have a bit of a lie-in this morning and not feel so pressured to being at my desk and getting things done really quickly today. There's no yoga this morning because, my yoga studio is allowed to have a holiday too. I did my own yoga. I was very proud of myself. Then I've been working on my book for a solid chunk of time this morning. The first interview I completed last week, and we've taken that 8,500 words and we're massaging it in a way that keeps all of the information and what was said true to what the speaker had actually wanted to impart. But 8,500 words is a few words too many for the book. And it's just got me so excited, because one of the things that came out in this particular interview that I was not expecting was talking about professionalism and ethics, and talking about how we as health professionals not only have responsibility to treat our clients professionally and ethically, but that code of behavior isn't necessarily just when you're delivering health services. It kind of becomes a credo that we live by. And if we're going to be professional and ethical, why would we not be professional and ethical in all the relationships and engagements that we have? And that's not saying that we need to treat everybody like a client, but it really got us thinking in that interview about the lack or the potential for lack of professional behavior that we can sometimes see between health professionals and between each other. I think we've got some great room for improvement there. So I'm looking forward to that interview being published in its entirety. It'll be coming out as a podcast closer to the end of the year, because I'm going to get the book finished before I work out how you take all of that and you turn it into a podcast, because I am awesome at starting new projects. I'm not so great at finishing them, as this book writing thing is showing me. But that's okay, I'm human. But I had a session with my editor, Kelly, today, and I was excited because the pressure that I've been feeling over the last couple of weeks has kind of fallen away, as we've got the book written once, now we're finessing it, which is a great word because it doesn't make me feel like I'm rewriting it. And I've started the interviews. I've got another interview scheduled tomorrow, which I'm excited and nervous about all at the same time. And then while I'm at Sales and Marketing Spice School on the weekend, I'm doing another interview because one of the other conference delegates who's coming along is somebody I am desperate to have spend some time with. I swear I will kidnap this woman. Anastasia, look out. If your children think that you're spending time with them on the Gold Coast, tell them that, you know, Joe's got other plans for them. So from there, I started working on my presentation for Spice School. I am running a 90-minute workshop for the VIPs next Monday, and I just wanted to recraft some of the content from my Success Mindset Summit. So I've done my usual Joe thing, and I've overachieved. So I started building out this presentation that I've done before on the anatomy of your brain and your emotions. And then I went, maybe they need to know about sabotage and self-sabotage. And I couldn't kind of find a way to make the two things work together. So now there's two presentations. So Nicola, if you need someone to do some more content for you, I've kind of already got it done and it's really useful and helpful. And if not, maybe just on the day I'll have a look at everybody's faces in the room and I can make a decision on which one is going to be most useful. So it's been a lot of sitting on my butt today and typing and searching for images. How much time can you spend searching for images? I am so grateful for Unsplash and also for my husband's paid account where he could find me the images that weren't available free online. Cool to have him around. So interesting week for me this week. I've got quite a lot of delivery happening tomorrow and not so much delivery happening on Wednesday. And I hope my Rock of Ages outfit for this party on Saturday night turns up in the post very soon. Otherwise, there could be a freak out on how Joe needs to dress up for a Rock of Ages party when the 80s, I kind of wasn't into Rock of Ages. I was a bit more into Simple Minds and Depeche Mode and The Cure and stuff and things like that. I wonder if John would go as Bananarama. But he's not watching. I thought that might make him laugh. So what have you got on this week? Have you planned, thought about, started to get yourself organized? Do you realize that we're sliding into the end of the quarter of the year? So for those of you here in Australia, if you haven't started your planning and started thinking about how you really want to finish this at the end of the year, you're going to run out of time. So don't let, yes, Priscilla, there is a party on Saturday night at Sales and Marketing Spice School. There is a party and it is themed Rock of Ages. And I think there'll need to be some mullets. I hope we all know what they are and that I haven't just made another one of those Australian faux pas. Anywho, coming back to your planning. First of the month, let's get on with working out what it is that you want to have achieved by the end of the year. Reverse engineer it back and work out how you need to be preparing for yourself to be able to go forward and achieve and get to the 31st of December and go, I nailed it. Feel good about what I've done. Not always about achievement. It could be about something you want to experience, a way you want to be, some clients you want to serve really well. I would like to get some projects finished. That seems to be something that is becoming increasingly important to me of late. So tomorrow afternoon, I will be doing a This is Private Practice after I've just finished my interview. And I am so interested to see how I go because I have the author of this book that I'm interviewing tomorrow. And I must admit, I'm a little bit girly and squealy about interviewing Angela Lockwood. Anyway, let's see how I can hold it together and be professional tomorrow afternoon. Wishing you all a fabulous evening, afternoon, morning, and I look forward to talking to you again this week.